HotxXMagOnlineRadio. Originated in Pittsburgh, PA.
Turn up.
We help promote music, artists, and businesses.
Picture me rolling, I got nothing but weight on my shoulders. Niggas talking like they really know me. In the game and I ball like I'm Kobe. I need a bitch who a ride or die. She gotta keep her 9 to 5. If we get caught with it, I'ma go federal. She keep that pistol right on her side. Yeah, hanging with shots. All my niggas was up in apartments. All my niggas was towing them shotguns. We was getting them lows from the rosters. Then I met me a thoroughbred. She a good girl, and I swear she the smartest. Even though I ain't got one, when the time right, do the shit for my daughter. Fuck a feature, cause I'm really poppin'. 2020, my shit getting harder. My little bitch said she want her Birkin. You gon' have to do more than some twerking. Fall behind me, I start getting nervous. I can't go back to being locked in the cage. Most these niggas, they really be in the way. I was in 10 toes, now I'm out the game. Picture me rolling, I got nothing but weight on my shoulders. Niggas talking like they really know me. In the game and I ball like I'm Kobe. I need a bitch who a ride or die. She gotta keep her 9 to 5. If we get caught with it, I'ma go federal. She keep that pistol right on her side. Yeah. Niggas talking like they really know me.
Let's go. Shout out to Big Reg with his song called Kobe. Make sure y'all go follow him on social media as well. Let's get it. Y'all tuned in to HotxXMag Online Radio. Make sure y'all stay tuned in. We got Kev Clemente coming up live tonight. Y'all don't want to miss out. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Let's go.
I'm standing firm, but my sight is blurred. Don't get nervous when I'm smoking. Kush I burn, it calms my nerves down. Don't disturb me when I'm smoking. Roll my weed, no sticks, no seeds. That green sativa when I'm smoking. Bring OG or that sour D. Give me your knees up when I'm smoking.
I like what it does to my mind. Keep me calm, get me high. Give me motivation for that grind, give me that vibe. Give me them words and verbs in my line. Put me in a whole nother version of time. When I got my kush already rolled up. Smoke good and I'm posed up. Grade A got my eyes red and all my niggas be choked up. No rum, no corona. Only hard weed on my coaster, we stoners.
I'm standing firm, but my sight is blurred. Don't get nervous when I'm smoking. Kush I burn, it calms my nerves down. Don't disturb me when I'm smoking. Roll my weed, no sticks, no seeds. That green sativa when I'm smoking. Bring OG or that sour D. Give me your knees up when I'm smoking.
Pace, roll me up, let me meditate. THC, I don't want them fake. Smoke till I start to levitate. Pass me the lighter and you could pass me the grinder. Let me sit back and get higher, these niggas been a fake. I sit back and I meditate about this money I could've made and the shit that I could've done. When I smoke I get smarter and put me right in a better state. So light it up in the place.
I'm standing firm, but my sight is blurred. Don't get nervous when I'm smoking. Kush I burn, it calms my nerves down. Don't disturb me when I'm smoking. Roll my weed, no sticks, no seeds. That green sativa when I'm smoking. Bring OG or that sour D. Give me your knees up when I'm smoking. When I'm smoking.
I'm moving, I'm nervous. Never had cars like this. I'm whipping,
room, gotta get it from AM to PM to PM to PM to AM. Don't mind, don't get it. I'm taking these chances, I'm baking these chances, I'm setting. Don't mind, don't spend it. They loving your money, they spending your money, then take it. Take ain't money from me. I'm living, I'm woke, man. Fuck it, let's hop in the ride. Only keep it down to me. I'm toting, I'm focused. Now watch me just stack to the sky. Daughter 14, gotta get it, nigga. And that's by any means. Son turned 10, he getting money. He can't wear skinny jeans. I'm humble, can't lean when I found my lean on the stacks when I fumble. Nigga, that struggle is real, that struggle is real. You get shot and you mumble. No food on the table, no food stamps. Kinda gotta pray to the God I fumble. So I pull up to the sanctuary, pray to Holy Mary all night for I scuffle. So I pull up to the sanctuary, pray to Holy Mary all night for I scuffle. Pray to God. Never had money like this. I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm working. Never had cars like this. I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm swerving. Never had problems like this. I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm nervous. Never had jobs like this. I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm sweating. Never had jobs like this. I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm sweating. Never had problems like this. I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm nervous. Never had cars like this. I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm swerving. Never had money like this. I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm working. Brother did 4, now he dead now. That ain't been around, so he's scared now. Little bro B6, he the shit now. And I'm so fucked up, I don't fear now. Living in HUD housing, no bus down. Why the fuck would I care now? Last year, didn't care, wasn't scared. I went down with a £1/4. Cop didn't show up, must be smoked up. That's why I'm here now. Never had love like this. I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm working. Never had a job like this. I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, it's perfect. Never had a job like this. I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, it's perfect. Young nigga grown now, got my own now. No time for the bullshit. Young nigga grown now, got my own now. Got time for a full clip. Young nigga grown now, got my own now. No time for the bullshit. Young nigga grown now, got my own now. Got time for a full clip. Never had money like this. I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm working. Never had cars like this. I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm swerving. Never had problems like this. I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm nervous. Never had jobs like this. I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm sweating. Never had jobs like this. I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm picking, I'm sweating. Never had problems like this. I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm nervous. Never had cars like this. I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm whipping, I'm swerving. Never had money like this. I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm flipping, I'm working.
Let's go. Y'all tuned in to HotxXMag Online Radio with your host, Sarah J. Stay tuned. We got Kev Clemente coming live. Let's go.
I got a drip on me. I got a lot.
Hey.
You need to come sit with me.
Shout out to Quiddle.
Cause I got the guap. We can make history. Just kind of my spot. Girl, you so bad. Ask for the location. Sent you the drop. I got the drip on me. I got a lot. You need to come sit with me. Cause I got the guap. We can make history. Just kind of my spot. Girl, you so bad. You asked for the location. Sent you the drop. You asked for the location. Sent you the drop. How can I not? I take a bad bitch up to the hills. You know it stay hot. You know she on dick. She gotta stay on me. She love being on top. You know I'm so sick. I asked for the Henny, but not on the rocks. You know I got cash now. Hoes on the bag now. I came to brag now. You play with my cash now. I chase your ass down. You get no pass now. Yeah, I stay road running. They thought I stole something, but I got old money. I don't owe you nothing. They thought I stole something, but I got old money. If I wanted, I could get a chicken. That's just how I'm living. If I wanted, I could fuck your bitchin'. Maybe bring a friend in. And if she trippin', we ain't gotta kick it. I be trickin'. Had that bitch watching Willy Wonka. Waiting for a ticket. I got a drip on me. I got a lot. You need to come sit with me. Cause I got the guap. We can make history. Just kind of my spot. Girl, you so bad. Ask for the location. Sent you the drop. I got the drip on me. I got a lot. You need to come sit with me. Cause I got the guap. We can make history. Just come to my spot. Girl, you so bad. You asked for the location. Sent you the drop. Only a month. I make your salary. Smoking is dope. I think they after me. I just be tripping. I might do a tragedy. Walking these swaggy jeans. Came from Cali B. I just be swerving. Don't answer, no call ain't urgent. If you play with my money, I'm purging. My niggas stopped all that lurking. It was urgent. You know she all up on dick. Wait till I put on this fit. Wait till I put on this drip. Wait till I come out with this, or they gon' think I'm the shit. Alexander's on my feet, now they ain't cheap. Niggas be thinking shit free, and I been fucking up a beat. You know I ain't cheap. You know you gotta pay a fee. You know you gotta pay a fee now. It's a fee now. Cause I'm in Cali with my feet out. You know I gotta get my reparation. If I gotta take it, and I'ma make it, I'ma get famous. And if not, I still got faces. I gotta dribble me. I got a lot. You need to come sit with me. Cause I got the guap. We can make history. Just come to my spot. Girl, you so bad. Ask for the location. Sent you the drop. I got the dribble me. I got a lot. You need to come sit with me. Cause I got the guap. We can make history. Just come to my spot. Girl, you so bad. You asked for the location. Sent you the drop. Yeah.
Hey, y'all tuned in to HotxxMag Online Radio. We about to get into this next song called Lucky, aka Lucy, by Nudie Lane. Let's get it poppin'. Make sure y'all go stream his album all on major music platforms right now. Okay. Make sure y'all go follow him on Instagram, Nudie Lane, and let's get it poppin'.
Know that. Chronologia. Nudie Lane. Hots, I see you.
Silky B.
My young dog twin, aka L20. No T winners on the same shit. T-New. This is first song. Up in the way. Go like this, y'all. Free little bell. Up in the way. Y'all know what it is. Up in the way. 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 Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Bang, 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 no contest it. Bang, 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 no contest it. Chest full bullets, you can jest it. Chest full bullets, you can jest it. Up in the way. 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 Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. No contest it. Bang, 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 no contest it.
Up in the way, setting they ass up in the day. If a nigga try to leave something away, ditch in the ground, stuck in the grave. I do what I want. Fuck what you say. These niggas can't stop me. Stuck in the race. These niggas is average. My niggas is savage. Leave something away. I'm hard to love. I'm easy to hate. My word is law. I ain't easy to break. There's no love if you ain't in my club. It's a dub. I ain't easy to shake. These niggas is foul. These niggas is fake. Fuck man, bitch, then cheese in they face. But cheese for rats. These niggas are Jace. These niggas not real. These niggas is fake. CP on top. My niggas get cake. Death for the sauna. Fuck do you think? My niggas break bread with the niggas. They claim to die in the thirsty. Fuck do you think? Niggas is crazy. My niggas insane. Bullets with helmets. Bullets and brains. Beefing with us. You deep in the pain. My niggas is different. You niggas the same.
Up in the way. 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 Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Bang, 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 no contest it. Bang, 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 no contest it. Chest full bullets, you can jest it. Chest full bullets, you can jest it. Up in the way. 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 Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. Fast still watching like Netflix. How to come paint like Nas quick. No contest it. Bang, bang, no contest it. Me and my youngin' swaggin'. That automatic clapping. Hush money, Nudie Lane. I'm the fucking captain. Picture me oceanfront, rose gold bungalow. Sophisticated trying with the clap on fans. No longer slinging tan cause my toes in the sand. Burberry straw hat, chief of contrabands. I was standing in the wind and it was from my ear. You better think Lord and keep moving forward. Cause some niggas get pilled with their own sword. Some niggas get pilled with their own sword. I said that before. contest it. Bang, 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 don't contest it.
Let's go. Y'all tuned in to Hot XX Mag Online Radio with your host, Terra J. And like I promised, we about to bring Kev Clemente live. But in the meantime, make sure y'all stay tuned. We about to get into his single called Right 51 right now. So stay tuned and we're going to bring him live. Let's go.
Doing 151 on 51. Doing 151 on 51. 2 a.m. doing 151 on 51. Backwood full of killer, told her throw away that 50 blunt. Mapping out how we gon' touch these M's, gotta give me some. Hotbox in our Chevy, music blessing, middle fingers up.
A late night or early morning on the interstate. So much drama around the way, I need to get away. Only the ones I store up with me eat off my dinner plate. Whether you hot or not, these other niggas still gon' hate. Envy, to tell the truth, that shit ain't in me. Young and causing a frenzy, still the odds are stacked against me. Handle the family business, got some mafiosos with me. Let so much smoke out the sunroof, the car looking like a chimney in this. 2 a.m. doing 151 on 51. Backwood full of killer, told her throw away that 50 blunt. Mapping out how we gon' touch these M's, gotta get me some. Hotbox in our Chevy, music blessing, middle fingers up. Blessings, new smoking chronic, don't that shit sound harmonic? Sour came from Seattle, I call that shit supersonic. Young Percy Miller, no limit, been at this shit for a minute. Half a decade and counting, they cock away, pay attention. 2 a.m. on 51, doing 100 plus. With the mob and got a few models rolling 100 blunts. Ain't the one to flex, but we chasing checks, time to run it up. And if I ain't the best in my section, bet I'm the runner-up. Like Andre said, the South got something to say. Young outcast since 95, now watch me fuck up the game. One thing's for sure, what's understood for certain, don't need explain. Push the pedal to the metal, got me hogging both lanes, ain't shit changed. I'm still the same, just playing it cool, cause now the block hot. MOPD tripping, plus I just heard my man just got shot. Hit up my brother Monster like fuck it, we out bro, why not? Roll up that top notch, ain't looking back, fuck it, why stop? It's 2 a.m. doing 151 on 51. Backwood full of killer, told her throw away that 50 blunt. Mapping out how we gon' touch these M's, gotta give me some. Hotbox in that Chevy, music blessing, middle fingers up. Mapping out how we gon' touch these M's, gotta give me some. Hotbox in that Chevy, music blessing, middle fingers up.
Let's go. Y'all tuned in to Hot XX Mag Online Radio. And like I promised y'all, we going to bring Kev Clemente live. So with further ado, what's good?
Yo, I'm done with it.
Nothing much. Even though I said it a million times. Who we talking to tonight?
Talking to Kev Clemente.
Let's get it poppin'. So let the people know where you representing from.
The South Side, 15210. South Side, baby. Born and raised.
Okay. Now, we just heard your song called Route 51, and that's a straight bop. I like it. So let the people know a little bit more about that song.
That song was based off of a summer that I had experienced with me and a couple of my siblings, and we all around the same age, so it wasn't like I was around no younger ones, like I'm the oldest. And that's basically what our vibe was that summer, riding around the city, smoking, just, chilling, hearing all type of drama shit, but just staying out the way.
Okay. I like it. I really like it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So do you produce your own music and do you record your own music?
Nah. Actually, I know I do have an ear for it, but I don't got my own, studio, and I'm not an engineer, but I know my way in the booth though. But JPEG produced that beat. So, shout out to JPEG, the Juggernaut.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to JPEG. You know what I'm saying? Like, that beat is definitely tough. The song was tough. I think the whole production overall is dope. I even like the mix and master to it as well.
Oh yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. So, I mean, where did this talent come from? How did you first start getting, used to music? When did you say one day, hey, this is what I want to do?
It was kind of a hidden talent though, but I found out. I got into it when I was about like 16. I was in a group with two of my homies and like two of my siblings at that time, and we was all in a group for about like a good like year, maybe 2 years. And once I like left high school, that's when we all decided that we was going to go solo, or we just going to try our own thing. And I dropped my first mixtape when I was, actually I was out of high school. It was that August.
Mm-hmm.
And I just been on it after that.
Okay, that's lit.
Yeah.
That's the super lit. So, when it comes to the mainstream, who would you say that you look up to? Who motivates you when it comes to the music in the mainstream?
Oh man, I'll be here talking to you all day if I did mention that. But the one person who inspired me the most, as far as like industry, I guess you could say, even though he was on the indie circuit forever, was the late great Nipsey Hussle. That was somebody who I watched his whole movement from 2009 up to the point when he died, and even now with his artists that he had signed under his label. Yeah, he definitely is somebody who motivated me.
That's dope. Nipsey Hussle is definitely dope. Sorry, I had to mess that up. Nipsey Hussle is definitely dope. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. He had a huge impact, not even when it just came to music, but as far as what he was trying to do for his own communities, for the black people, trying to provide jobs. Like, he was just wonderful overall.
Right. That's somebody who, and that's one of the reasons why he was in my top 5. And then he became my number 1 once I seen what he did for his community, like you were, I'm saying.
Right.
And it would have been dope to see just how much he would have been able to do. Even though I've been to LA for the first time last year, and I got to actually see what he did for his area in, South Central firsthand, and I got to see the effect that he had on them. Whenever we showed up at the Marathon store last year, there was people outside who looked like they just was going into the little store right next to him to go buy something to eat. And they wearing, a Crenshaw shirt, or they're wearing this sweatsuit, or they're just wearing this merch. And from everything that I heard, he gave everybody opportunities to, find jobs. Like, some of these people who were locked up for some time and they wasn't able to work for anybody else, he was able to help out for a lot of them guys out there. And just definitely big love, and nothing but love, and respect for Nipsey Hussle and everybody who was associated with him.
Absolutely. Again, R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. To the family out there, if you are listening, or if you ever run past this interview, my condolences to you. I know that it's a hard time, especially with somebody who have been doing nothing but creating positivity. And one thing that I can say is, in your music, I liked your song because it had a message behind it. It wasn't like all the other music out where they're just talking about money and girls and popping booties and all that, etc. You had a message behind it, and I like it.
Yeah. I always try to leave some type of substance in every song that I drop,
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I'm starting to feel like, let me put it this way. I used to feel like the good music was gone. And then there's a lot of music artists nowadays, and I'm going to speak for the underground because I really don't hear mainstream artists that much anymore trying to create a positive message. I mean, recently you hear it, some of the artists like Shout out to Tyrese. He came out with a song recently that had a powerful message behind it with all of everything that's going on with the police brutality and Black Lives Matter and everything. But besides that, why I feel like as a music artist, why does it take for something so traumatic to happen in life for you to just speak the facts and speak the truth?
I mean, well, all right. Well, let me just say this. I didn't always rap like I, said. For a huge part of my life, I used to draw. And, growing up where I grew up, and I'm pretty sure mostly everybody who's in the inner city listening to this and I relate to this, but a lot of us went through things and we've seen things and we was exposed to a lot. Most of us at an early age. And a lot of us didn't have outlets, or if we did have an outlet, it was only going to help us for, so long. But for me, I was always, I'm creative, so I always would, draw if I was going through something. Or I would even write, even prior to rap, like I would just write certain things out.
Right.
And it would just, and that was always the thing that just made that, like, that's the one thing that I'm happy that that I have in me, that I didn't lose my mind through all of that.
Right.
So it's just, what I mean? And then plus, I wasn't even going to mention this, but I will, and I won't even get into it a whole lot, but on July of 2017, I got shot, and
oh my God.
It had got to a point where I'm like, man, I don't even want to rap no more. I was worried about doing something else that might have even led me to, I'd either be locked up or dead, but either way, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Absolutely.
But it took a minute, for me to get back into that creative, mind state, and just to keep moving.
Absolutely.
And me letting all of this out was a way for me to get back into it.
Right.
So that's why I feel a lot of times it kind of does take that for us, for artists, like the underground artists, to, actually, to actually, let us hear, to actually, let them hear that we're hurt, and let them hear that we stuck. Let them hear that we upset. Let them hear that we angry, just things like that. And, I think it's dope that there are some mainstream artists who are trying to make that, change in their, music, even if it's not a change in their music, but just the fact that they're using their, they're using what they have and, the millions of people who listen to them to tell them tell them the truth, just let them know the truth and not just put out the music that scares everybody off of what's going on. Because I feel like an artist should be able to tell the listener the truth, and also paint them at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, one thing that you said was, you were trying to explain, the transition with the music. But to be honest with you, just to clear up what I was saying was, as a music artist, if you've been through something traumatic and you rap about it, that's real. Because at the end of the day, not just saying you have to rap about Black Lives Matter or police brutality or any of that, but there are a lot of artists out here in the underground. I feel like they have to rap about something they never experienced to be popular or in, as I should say. And when I listen to your music, I don't hear that. I hear that you've been through some things. You're really feeling it. And that's the thing. You can tell when you listen to a song when an artist is actually feeling it and when they're not. And honestly, when I listen to your song, I'm like, yo, he felt this. Facts, he felt that, because the delivery was almost perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
and I wrote that years ago, and I wrote all of that in just that 2-day time period that we were just up for 2 days straight. And that's all and I just wrote this, kept going over it. After a week, that whole song was just cemented in my head. And whenever I laid it down, it just came out so natural, just because it put me right back in that position again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, you mentioned that when it comes to your music, because you felt it. So, since you started music, how many projects have you accomplished or put out so far?
I put out 2 mixtapes, and I put out an EP in 2018.
Okay, so you've been working.
Yeah, definitely.
That's dope. So what was your 2 mixtapes and your EP called that you dropped, and where could people listen to them at?
My first 2 mixtapes are self-untitled. They're named after me, Kev Clemente, Volume 1 and 2.
Nice.
And you can listen to them on Daptif or on YouTube. Mind you, this is at a time when even like a mainstream artist, they would drop a mixtape and they would rap over industry beats, like over another industry artist that's trap.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those. So my first mixtape has a lot of that on it. My second one is a little more original sound. Like that second tape was when I was trying to find my sound, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And my third EP, which is Spring Training, that was just something that me and my cousin just sat down, and he was like, "Yo, cuz I want you to do a tape." You you hard. So he made about 7 or 8 tracks. He sent them to me, and we went from there. And in the middle of me making that EP, I had ended up getting shot. So that had slowed it down, because I had intended to drop it in 2017, but that's when everything happened.
Absolutely.
So I dropped the EP May of that next year.
Okay. But I want to say huge shout out to you and huge salute to you, because even with that traumatic situation happening to you, which is really traumatic, because some people don't come back from that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who don't come back from that. There's a lot of people who aren't the same after that, but you kept pushing. So I definitely got to say salute to you for not giving up even after that situation.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And most importantly, we're glad that you're still here with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, besides your traumatic situation that happened, which is horrible. So, I pray that everything works out for you. Hopefully you get back, to your normal self if you haven't already. But we also got COVID-19 going on, which have affected a lot of people as well. And I know the combination is just terrible. So how have you been holding up since COVID-19?
I'm pretty sure it affects me like how it does most of us. But it's, it is a lot, and it's definitely in a way, because I had so much, set up for 2020, and for it to all just be shut completely down, it's just like, damn, like there were certain shows I wanted to do and that I was trying to, and that I had like set up, and there was other, places I was supposed to, I'm traveling to that I, can't even make it to right now because of how serious it is in those other cities.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a lot. But the one thing that I've been just going to manage is just making music, and I'm I'm starting my own merchandise, line, Major League, 365, and shout out to Marley Music. Me and him linked up. He got merchandise too. And Marley, he from the South Side too, so that's how me and him. But yeah, that's just all I've been trying to do. Just trying to find other avenues outside of music that can bring people back to it.
Absolutely. So when do you plan on dropping your first batch of your clothing line, and where could people, look it up and go shopping at?
As of right now, because since I'm in the early, I had just got, hats and everything made and everything done. But right now, they could just hit me up on, social media, just on social media, in all social sites. And then if anybody listening that has my personal number, y'all can just hit me up. I'll come to you, or you can meet me, however, and we'll do that.
Duh. Okay, so you've been working even more and even harder since COVID-19. That's definitely lit. So, could your listeners and supporters expect another project or music video coming out soon?
Soon, yeah. I don't got a release date for a mixtape yet, but lately I've just been putting out a song online every Monday and I think I started doing that since like the second week of July.
Mm-hmm.
So right now that's what I'm dropping. So I might be putting something else out next Monday after afternoon. But as far as the mixtape is concerned, I would say expect one sometime next year.
Okay. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that.
Yeah.
Is dope. So, a lot of artists have their top 2 artists that they would love to collab with first. I'd like to say when they make it into the mainstream industry. So who will be your top 2 artists you would love to work with first when you hit the top Billboard status? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Top 2. It's going to sound cliche because he's from here too, but me and Wiz, I would definitely want to do a song with Wiz.
Mm-hmm.
And another one might be with East.
Nice.
Shout out to Davies too. Yeah, but yeah, definitely those 2.
That's dope. And you know what? I'm glad that you said Wiz Khalifa, because even though I know to many music artists it might sound cliche, but honestly, on my show, I asked a lot of artists that, and I probably heard maybe 1 or 2 other artists mention Wiz. Other than that, nobody have mentioned Wiz, which amazes me.
Right.
Because Wiz Khalifa was from the city. He represented heavy. And, when he was here, we're talking back in older Dice days, a lot of people were laughing at him. A lot of people weren't supporting him. And when he blew up, everybody wanted to be on the bandwagon.
Yep. And I also noticed from a lot of people outside of the music scene, but just from the average person that listens to music, a lot of them look at Wiz like, oh, he must have thought he was too big to make it back home, or to, I come back and do this for the city and do that for the city. If you ask me, Wiz don't owe us shit, and I don't even know if I could even say that on your show.
Oh yeah, you can, because it's straight facts.
But I just don't see it that way. Wiz, he came up like all of us did, and to be real, all of us at some point got to a point where it's like, yo, I'm getting tired of being here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing against anybody here, but it's just, especially if you do, if you're in the music scene, it's really hard to make it out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because our city is really known for medicine and, for our NFL teams and all of that. So it's not like we're known like New York and Atlanta to put artists into a position to be in the industry.
Right.
So like I said, Wiz don't owe us nothing, and Wiz can only do so much.
Right.
Realistically.
Absolutely. And then, I like to think of it like this. And I say this because everybody can relate to this. In school, and I'm going to speak for high school, you had your cool people, you had your nerds, and this is opinionated. Everybody was cool, but this is opinionated in high school. You had your cool people, you had your nerds, you had your sport team, you had your cheerleaders, and then you had just a table where nobody paid attention to. So imagine there's a person at that table nobody paid attention to. They were clowned, they were teased, and all that horrible stuff. One day they happened to hit the lottery. They hit the lottery big for $1 million. But people are coming at them once they hit the lottery like, oh my God, they're not giving back. Why? How dare them? But wait a minute. You noticed them now, but you didn't notice them before. Why?
Right. Exactly. And you can't even expect something from someone who you might have did that to.
Absolutely.
Know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's why I'm really happy when it comes to your music, because you remind me a little bit of Wiz. And when I say that, it's your style, the realness, the delivery, even though, I like both of y'all music, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a huge Wiz fan, but not because he's not talented. He's very talented, but I have to be real, because I'm not going to be like the people on here like, oh, I've been loving Wiz. No, I haven't. But he's very talented, and I'm glad of his success, but I don't think he owes me anything, and he doesn't know me, so I don't owe him anything.
Right. Exactly.
But when it comes to the underground, it's nice to see people that still are into it. And when I mean into it, who still have that strong delivery, who I haven't seen you necessarily perform, but from what I can tell from your delivery, that you have great stage presence. I could tell that you have good song structure just based off of Route 51. We're talking.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Like when I listen to a song, I think of all that. I think of would I go to a show and see them? Would I buy their album? Would I, share their mixtape, etc.? Because it's, as a music artist, you kind of want that feedback.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, and to answer it to all of the above, when it comes to your music, Route 51, and then we're also going to get into another song you featuring Guala called High Class. I would.
Because of Guala too, man. Shout out to my cousin.
Hey, okay, so it runs in the family.
Absolutely. Real talented family, man.
Period. That's dope. Guala's definitely dope. I worked with him back in the day. I did an interview with him. I also did a song with him when I was doing music. So Guala is definitely dope. Shout out to Guala.
Okay.
That's super lit. So, like I said, COVID-19 has been terrible, but it seems like it's trying to get a little bit better. Things are starting to open back up. I heard that we're back up to 100 people capacity instead of 25. So that's definitely a step. So, you mentioned that you have music videos coming up, new projects coming up. What is your overall goal for the rest of 2020 before 2021 hits?
The main goal is to preserve my mental health.
Facts.
But ultimately it's just to just load up on merch, load up on music, and just be prepared for the next storm called 2021. I guess. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming live on the show. You know what I'm saying? We heard Route 51. We about to listen to High Class. Usually I introduce the song, but I'm going to let you introduce it in a minute. But before we get to that, do you have any big shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Big shout out to all the Team Jordan, regardless if they're listening or not, regardless if your last name is Jordan or not. Shout out to Team Jordan. Shout out to Marley Music. Shout out to the whole South Side. Shout out to the whole city. We got a lot of talent here, and we've been slept on for a minute, but something tell me that in the 2020s, all that's going to change.
Yes. Yeah. Positive vibes only. Let's get it. Y'all know I'm silly on HotxxMagOnlineRadio. So, there's a lot of people who are listening right now, and they want to know where they could follow you at. Where could they follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Twitter, IG, everywhere almost and just like type in a name. I'm Kev Clemente, and you'll find me.
Dope. So usually I introduce the song like I said, but I'm gonna let you introduce your next song with you featuring Guala.
All right, this next song is featuring me and my cousin Guala, man. It's called High Class. It was a rough draft, but I just spoke to him. We about to, clean it up and do a whole nother version of it. Probably add another verse. But I hope that y'all like it, man. Song called High Class.
Let's get it poppin'. Huge shout out to Kev Clemente featuring Guala with their song called High Class. Let's get it.
Baby.
Drowning out to this beat in the days. Nerve damage, this backwoods, just easing the pain. Got a vision to stay with it, retreating I can't. Vision blurry, I guess some niggas won't see it the same. Ain't the type of nigga inspired by minimum wage. Rather hustle and motivate and build on the brain. Architect shit, my city affected by gentrification. Niggas never invested in the hoods that we stayed in. Shit get hectic, them niggas you running with ain't right, you get left with. Keep your head on the swivel, nigga ain't no exceptions. Coming up in the section, then taught us some lessons. Shit was really a blessing. Looking back, came a long way. Smoking by the ocean, used to roll up in hallways. Blaze up all day. Bob Marley vibes, trying to catch a fire. Blue collar nigga posted where they serving Richard Pryor. Which way is up? It's hard to tell when I'm sick and tired of the same shit. Different day, left me uninspired. Setbacks take a toll, got me fucking wired. Speaking from the soul, can't compare me to these fucking liars. It's all a gimmick, I can see it in their face. They ain't really getting to it, caught a bullet or a case. Niggas talk a lot and take that, keep that thing on their waist. Be the type to lose their head under pressure, caught a jakes. Frustrated, ashamed, we can say the world is ass backwards. They praising the fake, ain't entertaining the bullshit. Refrain for the sake of my brothers and show them respect the game that you play. Right, wrong, win, lose or draw, stand tall. Hold your own when you're back against the wall. Fuck that shit, I'm going for it all. Bumping A. Marie, sitting sideways, Paul Wall.
Coolin' back, relax and stacking his change. Times are hard, I pray to God that me and mine see the fame. Take it back to the day when real inspire out the fake. And never give them a place to even come in your space. Okay, cruise around the whole city, oh best believe me. Take a look inside and you will find talent, oh best believe me. Some starving, couple eating, must be greedy. Can't be blind to the bullshit, bitch, I ain't Stevie. Record labels calling my phone, leave me alone. 360 deal, fuck that shit, I hold my own. Shit's crazy, 85, what is you on? I'm a student to the game, I can see when they do what's wrong. I'm a student to the game, I can see when they do what's wrong. Clemente and Guala, they put us on a song. We too high class, Pittsburgh niggas like Cheech and Chong. Bitch.
Oh, you slangin' water. Oh, you bangin' water. Go toot that thing up, shorty. Then go on and shake some for me. Oh, you slangin' water. Oh, you bangin' water. Go toot that thing up, shorty. Then go on and shake some for me. I ain't tryna see you Tootsie roll, I'm tryna see you twerk. So gon' fuck, I'ma pop a perk or something. After that, go back to work or something. What you need, tell the nigga come get it. I got it right now for a real good ticket. You can go and ask Bills about the bills I was getting. Get your wheel, hit the turn, drink spill, I'm tripping. Nigga better watch how he hitting them motherfucking corners when I'm sipping this drink. You turned off grease, ain't shit pop. Touch me on the Glock, little robot. Little freak bitch, she a perk star. Good head on the shoulder, she can go for it. Mama always said, boy, you should show off. Now mama, I'm rocking these shows off. Percocet to walk till I doze off. Bad little sniffer blew her nose off. Percocet to watch till I doze off. Bad little sniffer blew her nose off. Oh, you slangin' water. Oh, you bangin' water. Go toot that thing up, shorty. Then go on and shake some for me. Oh, you slangin' water. Oh, you bangin' water. Go toot that thing up, shorty. Then go on and shake some for me. Since I was a pup, nigga, I let her in to run it up, nigga. Fuck school last year, I had cash habits, and for that, nigga, I was proactive. First weed heads, then crack addicts, got stamp heads, level plain bags. More designer weed, no plain bags on my track phone with a brick snap and got 3 more. Playing hit tags, still the same nigga from pre-K. No more revolvers than was pre-K. Still Lil Keith with the Nike part and the ball fade. It was Reggie bags, then Raw K. Went from Levi's to ball mans. I took the ride when them cars came. Shorty gon' do it for the lights. Nigga only gon' do it for the hype. Said Shorty gon' do it for the lights. Nigga only gon' do it for the hype. Oh, you slangin' water. Oh, you bangin' water. Go toot that thing up, shorty. Then go on and shake some for me. Oh, you slangin' water. Oh, you bangin' water. Go toot that thing up, shorty. Then go on and shake some for me.
Huge shout out to Peso Pack with his song called Woden. Make sure y'all go follow him on social media. Hey, let's go. Hey, huge shout out again to Kev Clemente for coming live. Kev, I said Clev, I cannot talk tonight, y'all. Shout out to Kev Clemente for coming live on HotxxMagOnlineRadio. Make sure y'all go follow him on social media and show that support. Let's get into the last song tonight called Strategize by Mail. Let's get it. You your money.
Hey. When life gets you down, you gotta get up. Strategize a scheme, find a way to come up. It's a world full of dreams, you can be the next one. If you put your mind to it, you can do what you want. When life gets you down, you gotta get up. Strategize a scheme, find a way to come up. It's a world full of dreams, you can be the next one. If you put your mind to it, you can do what you want. They try to put the blinders on, I see it with the clear
I'm about to drop the bomb, I'm coming to a hood near you. Always in the front, I keep the haters in the rear view. The paper's all I want, you talking crazy, I don't hear you. Got my own style, there's no one I could be compared to. Killing rappers on the mic, so lyrically I hear you. Strategize a plot and a plan out the clear blue. Put your faith in God and let the good Lord steer you in. Nights like this, I like to strategize the game plan. I can roll the dice and play chess with the same hand. Ain't nobody stopping me, nobody in the game can. All it takes a second and your whole life can change fast. Shots out the J-pad, producers get escape plans. Watch me hit the stage and grab the mic like a face mask. It's the real I hear to be messing with your fake ass. I would love to school you, but we ain't in the same class. When life gets you down, you gotta get up. Strategize a scheme, find a way to come up. It's a world full of dreams, you can be the next one. If you put your mind to it, you can do what you want. When life gets you down, you gotta get up. Strategize a scheme, find a way to come up. It's a world full of dreams, you can be the next one. If you put your mind to it, you can do what you want. Real hip-hop live, let the fake music cease. Legends of the past still make moves with me. All I do is win, so you can't lose with me. This mumble rapping stuff is all new news to me. Like Michael Jackson, I'm smooth on my feet. Groove on the beat, then I do on the heat. Put y'all to sleep, yeah, true honesty. True quality, I'm a true prophecy. You can shake my shine and I'ma still bloom. And I strategize like coaches in the film room. I'm so lyrically inclined and I'm in tune. And strategizing new schemes is all I'm into. I'm hungry, I'm starving with everything that's on the menu. These rappers is hungry, I didn't mean to offend you. I would never ever stop, so I must continue. Status of a champion, I'm only here to end you. When life gets you down, you gotta get up. Strategize a scheme, find a way to come up. It's a world full of dreams, you can be the next one. If you put your mind to